Okay, here she is on Rogan. Good stuff.
You're like,
and where do we start? I'm really intoxified.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Can you tell about my face? Look at me.
We're supposed to clean the house.
Look at my face.
It's frozen in place.
That means I'm crunk. So 10:30, Joe. Oh, look at this.
No, you don't have to do every single one of these ones if you want to get
Okay, well,
to
you
the
let
drill.
me know. 10:30
But the first
is
a
good,
one,
though.
yeah.
Listen to Joe Rogan at 10:30 here. This is really, really deranged. 10:30. Listen to this.
you. I really want to know if someone was interested in becoming you, what are some warnings you'd give them?
Listen.
You better work out, bitch.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the demons will catch you.
The demons. Better work out, bitch. Otherwise, the demons will catch you. What are you talking about? Expand. Listen to this.
But you love working out.
Yeah, I love working out for two reasons. One, because it makes me feel good, and two, because I don't want the demons to catch me.
The demons. This is Peter Sonic. The demons. I don't like when people refer to demons that I think are fools. I get worried here. What's going on with demons?
What are these demons?
Demons.
Tell me.
The demons, the anger demons.
The anger demons. She goes, what are these demons? He goes, the anger demons. So Joe Rogan wrestles with anger.
What are these demons?
Demons.
The demons.
Tell me.
The demons, the anger demons.
Anger.
Anger demons. Yeah, most men have anger demons.
No, what? I haven't been angry since the 60s. Most men have anger demons. You think Joe Rogan, he's got it all. Beautiful, tall wife with a giant pussy, giant tits, giant ass. He's got all the money, the office space, but he's dealing with anger demands. Wow. Let's hear more.
Because most men have a certain amount of, there's a requirement that your body has in terms of like the expenditure of energy. And if you don't meet that requirement, you get antsy and then you get agitated. When you see people flipping people off in traffic and going fucking crazy and road raging, what do you think that is?
Joe rage?
Most people, it's this like excess of energy oozing out like an overflowing battery. And they don't know what to do with it, you know? And if you have any sort of a history of violence or extreme like combat sports or contact sports like football or anything athletic that's involving a lot of aggression, like that's sort of inherently a part of who you are.
And then where do you put that when you're not doing that anymore?
Exactly, you got to exercise that shit out.
Yeah, you were talking about this with the other day with the boys talking about Sober October, about how when you work out, you
Are
don't.
y'all doing Sober
you're doing, When you were
October?
last October doing 5 hours a day on a treadmill or whatever the hell you were doing.
A lot of hours. Yeah.
You couldn't feel anything afterwards. There was some kind of residual. You were talking. I didn't even comprehend it because I've never worked out that much.
We were talking about how nothing bothers you.
Nothing bothers you.
Nothing.
Okay. So he's got anger demons. That was that part. Let's go to Jules. Let me know which ones I should do here. She said to skip some 48:30. Is that good or?
You could just do the one
52:30?
from 57:40
Okay.
from this one.
Whitney and okay. Listen to this. So here's one about Nikki Glaser and Whitney Cummings. Wait till you hear this. What is it? 57:40.
Yes.
Listen to this book they're reading. And this shows how kooky these two are. Whitney Cummings and Nikki Glaser both read this particular book. This is really sick. Listen to this.
Yeah, I like it. Boom, boom, boom. But I do that here too when I'm here.
Yeah.
Laugh Factory, Improv, Comedy Store.
Oh,
So
comedy.
I want to be here and there. I haven't decided yet, but I'm back and forth
Well, if you're
all
here,
the time.
you could get a yard.
I know. That's when I had dogs and I was happy.
Talking
was
to
here.
Whitney, she's got a gang
Listen to
of dogs.
this.
I know. She's got like a
always got-
giraffe, a couple
She's always got
horses.
a bunch of, she's got
Whitney
horses, she's got a bunch
Cummings.
of shit.
So many animals. Yeah. I
Yeah.
want Whitney's life. Whitney was the one that told me about that fucking no orgasm book. Whitney saved my life with not saved my life, but like is changing my life with a book. Because I ran into her one time backstage and I was like, bitch, how did you get engaged? Why are you so happy?
Whoa.
I've known you forever. I've watched you from afar. And even
Imagine that. Imagine being a girl that just wants to be engaged, but can't. Imagine if you're over 25 and single as a woman. Yikes.
Stressful.
Really stressful. I just want to be engaged. So she runs to Whitney Cummings, who did a fake engagement to get trolls off her back. I don't believe in the engagement. Whitney Cummings went, wait a minute, I keep getting men saying that I'm a nobody and that I need to grow up and get a boyfriend. Hey, I'll just pretend I'm fake engaged. There's no way Whitney's actually engaged to anybody. So Whitney makes up this lie. She runs to her and she goes, how do I get engaged? Listen to this.
Oh, like you were always just, you know, Whitney and I met, I moved to town in 2006 and I found her on MySpace. She had some clip up and I watched her. I was like, she's funny as hell. And I reached out and was like, let's be friends. We used to do the open mic circuit together. And then we kind of went our separate ways. And I watched her from afar and she was always like kind of struggling with men in the same way I was. Then all of a sudden she's engaged and happy and saving horses. And I asked her one night recently, I was like, what did you do? And she was like, I read a book. And it wasn't that book. It was this other book called Getting to I Do. It's such a humiliating title.
She read a book called Getting to I Do.
I linked the book if you're interested.
Whitney's book, Getting to I Do. The Secret to Doing Relationships Right. Getting to I Do. So these women are reading a book, how to trick a man into asking you to get married. Getting to I Do. They so desperately want to be married that they're reading books about it.
Written in 1995,
this is
by the way.
Written in 1995, Getting to I Do. Look at the men in our chat. Written by Amy Schumer. How to convince a man into loving the crazy, the unlovable.
Yeah, maybe I read Getting to I Do.
I
and
hope
it worked
not.
for me.
Listen to this.
A book. And it wasn't that book. It was this other book called Getting to I Do. It's such a humiliating title. But it just teaches you as a woman to like stop trying to run shit because we're so empowered as women now to be like, I can have anything I want. I want that. I'm going to get it. And relationships don't work that way. They sometimes do if you're a more masculine.
And what do you know about a relationship? You're single. No one wants you at 39. You're nothing. You're nothing.
Kind of woman, which doesn't mean that you're going for a feminine guy.
Yes, it does.
Well, I mean, it means you're going for a guy who...
And then Joe's going to give relationship advice, but he's been in an arranged marriage.
A lot of the other time codes are basically Joe making fun of her for being a loser, but
it's like, Joe, you're in a fake bullshit marriage that you're too afraid to tell us that you want to get out of.
Is comfortable in the receiving role. But most women want to have a guy chase them. But us empowered women are running around like, hey, ask me out. Let's go out. And it's like, men don't fucking want that.
Watch this.
Well,
they
some
like to
men
chase.
do.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Those are the feminine men.
But not even feminine men. Some
feminine is the wrong
masculine
word.
men like strong women.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. I realize that I can't put...
Imagine being 39 and looking for stuff. I mean, that would be a real problem in your life. 39 and you're still worried about one night stands and a guy. Wow. That's a lot of work at 39. I'd want to kill myself.
Anyway, this book just talks about how pick a lane. Feminine, masculine, figure out what you are and stick with it and don't try to be both in a relationship. And
imagine needing advice to pair up with somebody. I mean, this is as easy as it gets. You find somebody, you command them, you run them, you own them, done.
Oh.
You find a woman, you go like this to her. She shuts the fuck up, she's yours. Clean the house! It's not hard. But it's not going to work if you want to be a power woman. We don't want that.
It's changed a lot of my friends' lives and mine.
Really?
Yeah, just by being like, okay, I'm not going to chase these guys anymore. If a guy's not reaching out to me, he doesn't like me, wait for him to reach out to me. It's pretty much the whole concept of like, he's just not that into you kind of stuff. But it's just reminding women that men need to chase us in order to feel like they've...
Joe, the king of no and. Watch what he does. She's being vulnerable now. Watch what Joe does.
Feel like men.
Really?
Don't take the power away from them. They're turned on by that. They want to earn our love and our bodies. They want to earn it. Don't just give it to them.
Sounds like such a generalization.
It
Joe.
is, but it's based in a lot of science. The book Getting to I Do.
Now, Joe is going, I'm going to take this opportunity to pretend that men and women are equal.
Yes.
It's like, this is not the time to do your actually for woman stuff. You know, everyone's like, this is an interesting point Nikki has. Men are in charge. And Joe's like, well, I think women and men are both equal. We know. We get it. Yeah, women are equal. Yes, of course.
Yeah, this doctor wrote this book, and the title is fucking terrible.
But wait a minute. How could you have science in regards to emotional connections in relationship? Where's there science?
I forget.
On another
but
episode, he'd be like, "It's scientific that the man has to be
exactly.
in charge."
But today,
I'm sure he
he's
said that 1 week
on
ago.
his women are equal kick.
How could you use science to look at human behavior? That's ridiculous.
Joe just halts every idea exactly. Joe is a moron. Come on, Joe. I mean, she's trying to make a point here, and you're like, what are you talking about? Men and women are both valued.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know how,
there's
but
evolutionary biology that establishes certain roles, and there's a reason for certain roles and why people pursue certain things. And there's studies that have done that. But
You literally created a pill called Alpha Brain, and now you're basically saying there's no such thing as alphas. Men and women are both the same.
the problem is these generalizations, and they apply to one. Like, if a girl's really hot and she's chasing a guy, guys are into it. Like, we don't. It's not like
maybe at first, but then they end up resenting it.
Oh, I don't believe that.
I do.
Yeah, but I'm a man.
But I'm a woman.
Trust me.
You got to trust what I've. I'm a hot lady that's gone after some guys that don't.
So Joe goes, if a hot chick's coming after you, believe me, you're going to like it. And she goes, I'm a hot chick that's gone after some dudes and it didn't work. And now Joe's forced to go, maybe you're not that hot. Watch.
But then they end up resenting it.
Oh, I don't believe that.
I do.
Yeah, but I'm a man.
But I'm a woman.
Trust me.
You got to trust what I've. I'm a hot lady that's gone after some guys that don't deserve me.
I don't know if that's what it is.
Oh, I'm a hot lady that's gone after some guys and they've resented me for it. Oh, I don't think it's that true. I don't know.
He does that to her like a million times in this. If you want to look at any of the other time
Look
codes.
at poor darling Nikki here. Listen to this. You ain't hot.
But I'm a woman.
Trust me.
You got to trust what I've. I'm a hot lady that's gone after some guys that don't deserve me.
I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know if that's what it is. I think you're intense. And I think that's what scares guys off. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
But it's not.
Imagine being so confused as to why guys don't want you. And you're like, I'm hot? Well, no, you're only hot because those crazy incels say you're so hot.
I know she has
you know
a
what
lot
I mean?
of sad moments in this.
Oh, yeah. And wait till you see her Dr. Drew sad moments.
Not that you would scare every guy off.
Yeah.
You just scare these guys that can't handle intensity.
Yeah.
Some people can't take spicy food.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, meaning no.
Oh, Nikki.
Look at her. She's like, yeah, you don't know where I'm at all. We're on completely opposite sides of thinking here.
And handle intensity.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Some people can't take spicy food.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay.
No.
That makes me feel better.
It's all about compatible.
Two stupid idiots. Two Dumases. Okay, is there any more from this episode here? What do you think, Jules?
You could do 144.50 if you want.
144.50. What happens here?
Just a little story about people trolling her.
Oh,
and how
okay.
she
She's been
takes
trolled.
it.
Okay, good.
144.50.
Oh, okay. Here we go. She gets trolled. Let's hear this.
Your bandwidth on that. And some people do. Some people go goddamn crazy.
Yeah.
I've met people that are just like Googling themselves and reading their own internet comments all day long and just going crazy and fighting with people all day long.
You know people
crazy.
like that?
And it,
You know?
it gets in no matter how much you're like, fuck this guy. It gets. I was doing like a live Instagram yesterday on the way to the airport, just talking to some fans, and one guy was like, wow, you look a lot better with makeup, because I was like no makeup on, looked like shit, and I go, fuck you, you're black. I got him out of there.
You got him
and
out
I go,
of there.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's gonna bother me the rest of the goddamn day, because this guy just said what I actually think about myself that no one actually is saying to me. And that's when it hurts, is like when someone nails something about you that you're like, I secretly think, but it's probably just me. No one else sees it.
Shit.
And I had to admit, like, I was going to think about that later, and it might make me not do one of these again because I don't want someone to say something like that and bring it to everyone's attention.
Right.
It's so much. Since the last time I was here, and we talked a lot about my obsession with looks and being pretty or hot or whatever it is, I've let a lot of that go, but it's still there. It's really hard to overcome. And you're a hot dude. I mean, how do you let go of that as you age? I mean, like, you're like
You, Joe,
Just
for at least
openly
a hot dude. I'm a monster. I'm a scarred up bald ball. So okay, she's fucking nuts.
You
now
could
look
do
at this.
5230 is just a short, funny one of Joe being kind
5230.
of mean to her.
Okay, 5230, and then I got to show you what else has been going on. This gets way crazier. 5230, Joe being mean. Let's check it out.
his face keeps popping up underneath my story, and I'm like, oh my god, he's watching my stuff
Is
constantly.
that how it works? I didn't even know that
And a
someone
lot of
can
times
tell that someone's watched your Instagram stories.
Yeah, so you can flip up on them and see who's watching. And I'll speak to your
While
point.
they're
Like
watching
a
or
lot of
have
time,
watched them?
Oh, Joe.
have watched them. And now if a lot of times a guy will be too busy, or I'll be too busy, but I need to let this guy know that I like him. So I'll just flip through him very quick. I won't even watch him, but I
my
want
God.
my face to pop up so he knows I'm interested. It's just a way to be like, hey, I'm into you.
Okay.
And it's just a way to indicate. Now, it's happened to me with a couple guys that I've really liked, that they're interested, and then after we hook up,
spaz.
no more. And it's
Listen.
not because I wasn't good at what I was doing. I really don't think it's that. Or like,
Why do you have an idea of what it was without asking?
well, I have asked, and a lot of times, or one time they've said, and then I think it's actually tells me, no, a couple times actually, I get, they're too vulnerable with me, and then I've seen too much in terms of like they've let me in a way emotionally that they've never let a woman in before, and then they're like, I remind them of the fact that they might have cried with me or something, and then they don't want to be around it anymore.
That sounds like what I would say if I'm trying to get rid of somebody.
Whoa!
Really?
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you really love someone and you really love being around them, what do you care if you're vulnerable
Exactly.
around them? If you do care about that, you're some kind of a pussy that
You're
doesn't
right.
deserve to be
Oh,
in
she's like one of the contestants on The Bachelor, where it's like, listen, the guy just doesn't like you. There's no investigation that needs to take place. If a guy doesn't like you, it's
you don't
over.
have to analyze
It's fucking
the
over.
situation.
He hates you for your looks or your actions. He's not interested. Move along.